we have to introduce these triplanar movements. Keep going. That's it. Don't even dip. You're just gonna lengthen your stride without the dip. So these are all coming attractions, things that we can progress towards. That's it. Good. Now we're going to introduce the opposite arm. So we'll make it a whole body movement. We're actually going to balance on your back leg, your right leg. Just watch me first. And then I'm going to step and rotate, and this left arm is going to lead the rotation. Kind of like I'm shaking somebody's hand, or I'm punching somebody, or I'm hitting a tennis forehand. So it looks like this. I balance, and then I do the rotation. I balance, and then I do the angle lunge. Okay? Good. Perfect. Balance first. Good. Balance first on your right side and just stay there. Go back. Start again. Just balance on the right leg. That's it. Just stay there. Stay there. Stay there, and now go into the motion. Good. Nice long step. Great. And we're going to hold the landing this time. Long step. Hold it. Hold it. Good. Hold it. Keep that right there. Give me a little more trunk rotation. Good. See how the foot's trying to supinate? Everybody see that? Go on back. Go for it. Chest up. Hold it. Rotate more. So you're actively stretching that psoas. Good. Good. Go back. Again. Good. So we're starting to get the formation a little bit. I mean, here there's really no arch to form, but we're starting to get a supinatory force. This is one of Gary Gray's great contributions, what he calls tweakology. And he teaches you how to use like the contralateral hand to tweak in some supination of this whole lower quarter kinetic chain. The supination isn't just in the subtalar. The supination is external rotation of the femur. So we get more glute there. Let's do a couple more reps. That's it. Don't even dip. Don't even dip. Yeah. Good. Work that transverse plane. Good. That's it. Good. And could we use the homolateral arm instead of the contralateral arm? Instead of a push pattern, you know, imagine if I had that kettlebell or if I had that pulley, okay? That's all push pattern, right? Striking. But we can also do a pull. We can do like a frisbee toss or a backhand, or in golf, it's all about that non-dominant side. So we can load up here and then do the angle lunge, still getting that supination, femoral external rotation here on this limb. So let's do a couple frisbee tosses. Load up your right side. Use your left arm now. Good. Turn, coil, turn. Good. And step into that same landing position. Perfect. Do a couple reps. See how athletic it's looking for Sean? So these are like how things would progress. I'm not doing all this on day one, but the coming attractions. So if we just right up here, trailer. Trailer is angle lunge with a push, angle lunge with a pull. Let's do a couple more. There we go. Imagine if we add resistance to this, we give him bands to anchor into a door, and he's doing it with the bands. Good. Stand on your left leg. And do your test now again. Good. Up and down. Just do a couple reps. Good. Don't even hold it. Come on up and down. It's almost all hip, isn't it? It feels a lot different, doesn't it? Yeah. Let me have that gym ball again. Just out of curiosity, we can see where we're at. Head up there. We've been working the left side mostly, but the right had an MS with curls, the left with squats. Take the left leg off, mechanically sensitive, provocative. It would be a Cook zero. Palms down. Let's get this right to the apex of the ball. Bridge up and down. Good. Up and down. Toes towards you. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Up and down. All the way down. All the way down. All the way up. All the way down. All the way up. Good. Lock everything. Come on up and hold it. Lock it and pull it in and out. Good. Go for it. Let's see how many you can do now. 3. Any pain? 4, 5, 6, 7. See so now you're feeling the hammy. 8. The hammy you're feeling. No pain though. Good. And let's do the left. We were at a 6 RM before. Let's see if it's stronger now. See if it's more functional. Bend here. Hold, hold, hold. Bridge up and down. Bridge up and down. Find that centration. Relax. Hold it, hold it, hold it. Tighten your core and pull it in and out. 1, 2. Dig the heel, dig the heel. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Even though you have an awkward contact position, 8, 9. Feel a lot stronger. So the nervous system is starting to learn. Okay, we're getting this crossover effect, so we know we're stabilizing. It felt a lot different? Okay, good. All right, so we have a whole kind of track, a whole progression. Obviously, I'm not showing you what I would do in one session. This is a couple of sessions knitted together, so you could see how we would progress and how we would do that dance between painful movements in one category and painless dysfunctions in the other category. The painless dysfunctions are what we're going to be training. The painful movements are what we're going to be auditing. Okay, really we audit both. But in a Gray Cook system, your first job, of course, is always to get rid of those zeros. Any questions? Yeah. Yeah. Okay. All right. Good question. The question is, do we want to work more of the glutes than the hamstrings? Reason being, if we focus too much on the hamstrings, isn't that going to promote a lower cross syndrome? I would say no. The posterior chain all needs to be activated. At the end of the day, the first thing that we focused on here was the glutes. And we got that hip hinge, and the single leg squat has transformed, so mission accomplished. But secondarily, we know that these hamstrings are not tight, and that the whole posterior chain is needed to be activated to prevent quad dominance. There's a muscle imbalance not just between glutes and psoas or abs and back, but also there's a muscle imbalance between quads and hamstrings. And most people are quad dominant. We want to wake up the whole posterior chain. So here we have some exercises that are glute preferential, and we have some that are hamstring preferential. And I think that that's only pointing them in the direction of greater function, not lesser function. Does that answer your question? Yeah. Yeah. Got it. Yeah. Yeah. Sure. Yeah, well, is everybody listening to the point here? I mean, this is a kind of Yonda 101 during the prone hip extension test. Overactivity of the hamstring substituting for the glute max is a problem. When we do a hamstring curl, it's supposed to be the hamstring, so it's not a false substitution. When we do the deadlift, it's supposed to be the hamstring. When we do like the monster walk, that's more glute. Bridges, you can choose what you want. If the legs are more extended, lay on your back here for me. If your legs are more extended, it's going to be more hamstring. Bend your knees a little bit and bridge up and down. Up and down. Just push off the floor. That's more hamstring. Now pull them in, and that's more glute. Okay. Obviously, we can get even more glute with resistance. Push out. Good, the whole time. And get on your heels, and we can get more glute. And then again, we can get less glute and more hamstring if we go out here, bridge up and down. Now, some people will cramp in their hamstring, so we want to take the hamstring out. Other people, their rectus femoris is so tight that we have no choice. We can't really get into the glute because the rectus femoris is so tight. So we have to decide whether we're willing to accept some more hamstring in the bridge or not do the bridge at all. You're asking if you're safe to do what? You mean like a deadlift or the hamstring curls? Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think that one of the things to realize is that we've learned a lot now from the athletic development community about exercises that Yanda never even entertained. The deadlift is not something he entertained. What he was very aware of, though, was that even though people think about the hamstrings becoming tight, and so they think about stretching hamstrings instead of strengthening them, Yanda was the first person who talked about tightness, weakness, and the hamstrings are a poster child for tightness, weakness. The hamstrings, when they are tight for a reason. Janet Travell said trigger points form in muscles that are overloaded. So when a muscle is overloaded, what's it going to do? It's going to tighten. So hamstrings that are tight are almost always weak. And the fastest way to lengthen hamstrings is probably to do deadlifts, which is really an active stretch, or to do something like hamstring curls, which is going to strengthen the hamstrings, and then the straight leg raise is going to improve spontaneously. I never stretch hamstrings. If I was actually going to stretch to improve the straight leg raise, I'd probably inhibit the adductors. Pull in and relax. Pull in and relax. We'd probably do that and do a pre-post test of the SLR, and the SLR would improve. The other problem with stretching hamstrings is that if the hamstring is tight and it's protectively tight, like Nick was talking about from Gray Cook, we all should be apprehensive about stretching those hamstrings, because if they are protecting, battening down, and we don't get to the source of the problem, then the person is going to be less stable afterwards. But if we strengthen, and now the muscle is there to protect when needed, then it doesn't feel like it has to be tight all the time. It will loosen, but the person won't be less stable. So there's nothing to be lost by expanding our horizons a little bit, taking a page from the athletic development experts, and beginning to really groove that posterior chain. And in fact, it's actually consistent with our model. It actually makes more sense of our model. So, all right, so you have an idea what we got for you? 2 up, down, and curl. Don't do the single leg curls at home yet. Foam roll, marching, bicycle kicks on the foam roll, 2-leg deadlift, and monster walk. 5 exercises. Sound good? Okay. What time is it? Is it 12? Time for lunch? All right, so when we come back from lunch, we'll take a couple more cases. Who else did we have that we were going to look at? Kevin, is it? And who else were we going to look at? Kevin and Jeff. All right. Are these grand rounds helpful for you to see the process? Yeah, because it's not enough just to show tests and exercises.